I went to the beach, take a few minutes with my family. It was so serene and new. We have been locked down for almost 2 years because of this pandemic. Finally, a good old vitamin C. But that's not about this. Let's go rewind. So today I'm going to show you guys the games that are playable on my realme GT with the EggNS version 2.1.6. So without further delay, let's jump into it. Hello, my name is Fredo and you are watching projectejing. So the first game we're playing here is called Urban Trail Playground. I'm currently running at max at 45 frames per second. No bugs or glitches. I don't see any glitches. The game is pretty awesome, I would say. Alright, so the next game we have here is the Ninja Gaiden 3. It's running at 60 frames per second, which is very playable. It's running without any patch or hacks, so I highly recommend playing this game. Okay, so the next game we're playing here is called Dark Souls Remastered. It's running at 20 FPS max. Getting some slight lags. It's very visible when playing with Asylum. The graphics is still not in high res, I would say. Although it's an old school game, the graphics is pretty awesome for a Switch title. So the next game is Metroid Dread. It's the newest release from the Switch collection. Running at 60 FPS max. Smooth gameplay, no patch, no hacks. Very enjoyable game. I would highly recommend getting this game. So the next game we have here is called Monster Hunter Stories. Currently running at 23 FPS, but I think it will run at 35 frames per second, that max. I would say it's running smoothly when playing game. I don't see any lags, but I get some minor glitches here and there. I would say it's a pretty awesome game. Yeah. So the next one is called Sniper 4 Elite. Currently running at 30 FPS max. The game runs very smooth. I'm going to test this on the lower end devices or in the future. I would highly recommend playing this game. It's very playable on a Snapdragon 888. So the next game is called Dragonball Kakarot. It's running at 30 FPS max. Playable on most lower end phones, I would say. The game is pretty awesome. I like the graphics. You can also play it on a story mode, which is pretty awesome.
We should. Yep. I mean, when I. So what is? All right.
So the next game we're playing here is called Astral Chain, running at 30 FPS at most. Has a lot of FPS dips during fighting, as you can see. Very awesome game, very high graphic. Although we're getting some very deep FPS, still playable. The next game here is called Resident Evil 5. As you all know, it's a very famous game. It runs at 35 frames per second at max. There's no glitch compared to before. I was trying to test this on a Poco X3 Pro. There's a lot of lags and glitches. Some frame dips here and there, but it's fully playable, guys. Game we're playing here is called Metro Last Light Redux. So as you can see, it's running at a very low FPS. I think it's running at 28 FPS and not visible to the eyes, even though I hit the peak brightness of the game. The game is very awesome, I would say, but still laggy.
Outside could be the last. Did you hear what happened?
So the next game here is called Hyrule Warriors Definite Edition. The game is awesome. The frame rate is running at 30 FPS. There's slight lags. It's a very cool game, right? So the next game here is called Fatal Frame, very famous game. Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater. As you can see, the game is very glitchy. This is the newest release from the Switch collection during this October month. Stable at 30 FPS. The game has a lot of glitch, stuttering. I'm not really highly recommending playing this game on a lower device. As you can see, it's still struggling on a Snapdragon 888. The game is still not playable, but well, it boots, guys. Okay, the next game we're playing here is called Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. We're running at 30 FPS at most. There's glitches everywhere. Pretty cute game. If you're into Pokemon, you can try it out for yourself. Yeah, I think it will be playable, but there's a lot of glitches, as you can see. There's a lot of missing artifacts on the map. Alright, so the next game is called Pokemon Shield, running at 30 FPS max. I know a lot of my subscribers requested on this on a Poco X3 Pro or F3. Maybe soon I'll do a test. So currently I don't get any glitches, slight stuttering, but still good to play. Okay, so the next one is called Sonic Color Ultimate. I really like this game. I was playing very long. I think I'm playing it for a few hours. I did get a lot of glitches on the map, but it's running at 30 FPS, very stable 30 FPS as you can see in the meter. Still an awesome retro gaming, I would say. So this next game is called Crash Team Racing. I think it's a remastered title for Switch. Currently running at a stable 30 FPS. There's some glitches here and there. I think it's a very awesome game. It's highly playable. You can try it out for yourself. If you have a GameSir X2 or a Snapdragon phone that you have, try it out. So the next game here is quite similar to FIFA, so it's called Captain Tsubasa. So the game is running at 40 FPS max. There's here and there dips, but during gameplay you'll get 20 FPS, I would say. Although it's very low in FPS, it feels smooth. I would say maybe because the graphics is very small. I don't know, but there's no stutter. I like the game it's pretty good. It's like a good alternative for FIFA. So the next game here is called Darksiders II. Currently running at a stable 30 FPS. There are glitches everywhere, little stutter when playing. Awesome game. I'm a fan of Darksider. Would not recommend playing it in the long run. I feel that the phone is overheating when I'm playing in this game. So I feel it's still not optimized for anything. So the next game here is called Super Mario 3D World, running at 60 FPS, but it will drop when playing inside the game. So it will drop at 20 to 25 FPS, and you'll get a little bit laggy here and there. But although it's laggy, there's no glitches in the game. Hope it get optimized because it's a very awesome game. So the next game we're playing here is also a Mario title. It's called Bowser Fury. It's part of the 3D Mario world. Currently runs at 30 FPS. Same issue, frame drops here and there, but it is more playable than the 3D world. I would say it's slightly smoother when it comes to playing the game. Here's another game called Baldo. It runs at 30 FPS max. The game is stuttering, feels like skip frame. Even I play in the long run, my phone really don't heat up, but it's still an awesome game. The next one here is called Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja 3. As you can see, it's running at a 30 FPS, very stable frame rate. There's some minor glitching in the game. You can see on the map, there's some distorting artifacts everywhere. But I think it can be fixed with some minor adjustment in the settings. I don't know if it's my phone or what, but when I try it on my XG Pro, I don't have these glitches at all. So this game is called Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Runs perfectly. I would say it is running at 30 FPS, but there will be a frame dip when you're getting some heavy effects. So game glitches is very visible. Audio crackling is very visible here. Best graphics by far in racing category. Awesome game, but you need to install the patch in order to play this game. Next game here is very famous title, Diablo 3. I highly recommend installing this game. It's very playable on the EggNS platform. It runs at 60 FPS perfectly. The game is very optimized in this emulator.
At least for now.
Another famous title called Crysis Remastered. It's a high graphics game, but as you can see, it only runs at 18 FPS. Still laggy, glitchy, but was able to play in a short time. Phone will stutter as always, so I don't recommend playing it in a long run. You can just test it out for yourself. So another famous title, it's called Resident Evil 6. I'm not sure, it's maybe because of but currently it's running at 30 FPS, but there will be some frame dips here and there. There's a light bug issue, I'm not sure, maybe it will fix when you patch this thing. Still an awesome game, still playable on a EggNS emulator. You can try it out. Hope I can fix this issue, the light. I know there's a lot of YouTuber that was able to play it without any issues at all. Okay, now down to our two last titles called Mario Odyssey, running at 60 FPS at most, but you'll get some frame dips eventually. During gameplay, the frame drops at 41, but still smooth. Best Mario game that I played so far. I would highly recommend this game on an EggNS emulator. Okay, the last game title we're playing here is called Burnout Paradise Remastered. Runs at 30 FPS, runs smoothly, highly playable. no glitches, there's a little bit of stutter, but yeah, still highly playable, guys. You just in order to bypass the black screen in the beginning, you just need to install the patch and voila, you can play the game. So overall, the current version is okay. Still, there's more improvements to come. So far, I've seen some updates from them, and the delays is probably on their VIP apps or cloud server thing. I hope they will include more compatible games and other settings in the next update. For now, this latest version is able to play most of the latest games. And that's my video for today. If you have any other suggestions for videos you'd like to see from me, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give a like and subscribe at the end of the video. This will help me to create more videos like this. And as always, have a good game everyone. See you next week.